I am so overwhelmed right now, and I think my planners are actually making it worse. Hey there, it's Elisa, but of course you can call me Ellie if you want to. And I have just kind of recently snowballed into chaos. I am an extreme procrastinator with OCD. So for me, what that looks like is I have a big project, I'll get big ideas, I'll get really overwhelmed, and then the way for me to process my overwhelmed feelings is I'll hyper focus and hyper organize something. The project that I'm hyper focusing on is my planner lineup for this year. I really started feeling unsettled with the way that my planners were looking this year. For a while, I've been living in the bliss of what we in the planner community call planner peace. It's when you have a planner and it works for you and you love it and you don't have any regrets about how you're using it, and it's great. The thing is, during the 2020 pandemic, I kind of fell out of decorative planning. So I've been trying to figure out what I should do as far as catching up on that lost time. And ever since, I've been telling myself that I would go back and kind of catch up in my decorative planner type stuff. And I am so behind, and it's just hanging over my head like a cloud. And I just don't think I'm ever going to be able to go back and catch up in the way that I've been planning to. So that means that these old blank planners that I've been holding on to in the hopes of eventually going back and decorating them, I just can't. I just can't. It's a lost cause. I just need to sit down, reevaluate, and really kind of take some time and figure out what my planners need to be for me right now. But in order to do that, I also need to kind of figure out my past planner situation that is haunting me. My past planners are haunting me. I'm hoping that once my planner situation is figured out, then my planner can go back to being my happy space that I can use to organize and prioritize my other projects that I want to do, including reviewing my September Disney World trip, Go Wild Washington DC, that I did in March. And I never even did anything about Go Wild Anaheim from 2022 that I still do want to upload some stuff for. I also went to Disneyland when I was out there. I still need to make those videos. In my head, solving my planner lineup is going to solve all my problems. That is the blissful ignorance that I wish to live my life currently. So I apologize ahead of time for the Hot Mess Express. That is going to be me trying to figure out my planners for the next however long you are currently seeing into my brain. It is a mess. Now let's get to the planners. So, hold on. I need a Diet Coke for this. Not sponsored, but like, if Diet Coke wants to sponsor me, like, that's cool. Okay, so this is gonna be a hot mess, guys. I can already tell. This is gonna take me like 5 million years to edit because I'm just all over the place. And I'm probably gonna cut a lot of this out. So if everything looks shaky and jumpy, like, just know that I'm cutting out like 3 hours worth of ranting, and you're welcome. Let's see how this goes. So if you watched my last planner lineup video, you would have seen that this is kind of what I was planning on working with. So I have my functional planner. This is that dashboard mixed media mom planner. And then this is the decorative memory keeping planner for those same months. So this is July of 2022 through December of 2023 functional planner. This is July 2022, December 2023 memory keeping planner. And then this was going to be kind of like a more portable notebook with pages that would eventually fit on like these discs. And then I was going to kind of combine all of these at the end of the year. So everything that I have as far as planners go from July 2022 through December of 2023 would all be like put together and pretty and happy. I have these huge plastic discs. I just got these on Amazon. They're 3 inches big, so I think that could fit. Probably it should fit. I use these for my for past planners before, just to kind of keep things together. I feel like I've seen other people in the planner community use these. They're not Happy Planner brand, so they don't fit perfectly, but it's pretty close. I just like having, you know, if I'm going to be looking at a year in my planners, I want like everything for that year together, if I can. But we'll get into that later, I think. And then, oh, and then I had my little like to go like calendar thing. So I also had that. So like this, I'm just gonna throw away at the end of the time period. These I want to keep. This throw away. And then I also had this that I was planning on using as a memory keeping journal planner thingy as well. And this was for July of 2021 through June of 2022. And there's literally nothing in here right now. And this is the planner that I'm like, I just don't think I'm ever going to get around to it. And I kind of don't want to. It's just, it's too far removed. I'm okay with kind of going back in time to doing some memory keeping spreads. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm still keeping this planner, and this one goes back to July of 2022. Remember, I'm already so far behind in this. I'm just never going to be able to catch up to this. So unfortunately, I think I'm just going to kind of have to toss this aside. I love this cover still, and I really do love these dividers. So I'm probably going to keep this planner and just kind of like reuse some of these pages and just kind of redate them maybe, maybe for like next year or something. We'll see. So I'm not throwing it away, but I am kind of tossing it aside and not using this for now, and really pulling this from my current stack of like in use planners, if that makes sense. There were some kind of like big things that happened between July of 2021 through June of 2022 that I do kind of want to like highlight. It would take me forever to do memory keeping in every single week and every single month of that time period. But there are some things, like I went to Disney World for my birthday. I also went to Anaheim for my first ever Go Wild trip, or Go Wild conference. While I was in Anaheim, I also went to Disneyland. And there's probably a couple other things in there that it would just make me really sad if I didn't do any kind of memory keeping. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of do like one-off pages where I'm just going to decorate like kind of more of like a scrapbook where you just have like a blank page and you like put pictures from that event or whatever on that page. And I came to that decision, first of all, because I know that I'm not going to be able to get through this. Secondly, because this time frame, I was actually using a big Happy Planner. If I were to try to do memory keeping in this planner, I wouldn't be able to combine them at the end like how I was saying like I want to do with these, because this is a classic size Happy Planner, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 discs, and the big Happy Planner has 11 discs, and so like the pages just aren't the right size, and it just, I don't know. All this to say, I'm not going to use this. Instead, I'm going to leave this be as it is, but then I might do like a couple memory keeping type pages and insert them in here. I am satisfied with how that's going to work, so setting this aside for later use. Okay, so we've tackled part of the problem, which is my not catching up mess. But also, so while I was trying to figure that out, I also kind of wanted to take a look at like this year's planners. So having the functional planner and the decorative planner works for me. I liked the idea of having something smaller that I can kind of like walk around with and bring to like meetings or something. I've also been going into the office and working from an office environment a little bit more frequently instead of just only working from home. And so this thing is massive. It's just too much for me to bring anywhere. And it's not necessary for me to bring all of this. The problem is this little guy is like just notebook paper, which is helpful if I need to take notes. But usually if I'm like out and about, I also want to know plans as well. And so when I've gone into like the work office or like other kind of meetings or something, and I bring this in my head, I'm like, man, I wish I had my actual planner. So this is what I think I'm gonna do. I think for now, I want to have 2 planners again, instead of like 2.5. At the end of the year, I still plan on combining them all on those huge 3-inch discs. I'm going to put my memory keeping planner on the 3-inch discs since that's where it's going to end up at the end of the year anyways. It's going to make it kind of big and clunky, but since this planner never ever ever leaves my home, there's no need to make it small and portable anyways. And then I'm going to kind of debulk this big planner and move any of the like already used pages or like extra pages that I don't use very often also onto the 3-inch discs. And then hopefully what I'll have left over is just like a filtered version of this. And then maybe I'll move some of the extra like note pages and stuff in there. I also got these like extra like extension accessory packs. I did go over these in a little bit more detail in a separate video. So I'll try to remember to link that video down below if you want to see what's in these. But I'll kind of revisit these again, see if maybe there's something in here that I might want to put into my small little new functional planner. I also I got these at Joann on my last trip, and they are Park Lane, which I'm guessing is the Joann brand disc-bound planner system. I don't think I've seen these anywhere else, and they're filled with just notebook paper. I love having just blank, pre-punched, happy planner sized, like blank paper that I can use. So these were like super cheap and on sale. They're not like super great quality, but I didn't buy them for the discs or the covers. I just bought them for the insides. And then there's some divider tabs in here too, which will be nice to have. And the back of this is pretty. They are decent. Like I don't know. I wouldn't ever use these as like covers, but maybe for like dashboards in the planner. So I don't know if I want to put this in my functional planner or this stuff in my functional planner, just because right now I'm trying to make my functional planner smaller and not bigger, but we'll see, you know, what it looks like once I move things around. And then I may or may not add this stuff. Like this is my maybe possibly, if I have room, stack of stuff. So I'm gonna put that up there. So I'm just going to move everything over to these discs. I think I have enough for a full planner. I probably should have counted these, but I'm sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many did I say that I need? 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's some left over. Jeez. I've already used these before. how many came in this box? Okay, this came with 22. That's why there's so many. But okay, cool. That's great. So set those aside. What cover do I want on these? I'm going to want the front of this cover to be kind of like what goes on here eventually. Like, remember I turned this inside out because it's double-sided. This is what the front of the planner cover, like when you buy this planner, this is the front. I think this is what I want to go on the memory planner. You know what? No. Okay. So I like the wording on this. Slow down, deep breath, start again. That is something that I need to remind myself of, like, for this year, because that is what I'm doing right now with my planners, and I think it applies to this time frame. So maybe this is what I'm going to use on these. And then this "you got this" I'll keep on my functional planner. And then I want smaller discs, so I'll use my gold metal discs for my functional planner, my mixed media mom "you got this" cover on my functional planner. Then I'll put this on these. I've used Happy Planner stuff for a few years now, and one of the nice things about Happy Planner and any disc-bound system is that you can change pages around and stuff. So I've done it a lot, and this is what works for me. So I usually like to do the cover first, which I think is like, oh my gosh, discs everywhere. Such a mess. But I think that's what like most people do, just because it's like sturdy and it gives you a good base. So I'm gonna put these on here first. Sometimes it gets a little tricky. I probably could have done this one at a time, but it's fine. Ooh, okay, I do like that with the black discs. That looks cool. But like, look how massive these are compared to these are like classic size Happy Planner discs. I don't know, they're like 1.5 inches or something. I don't know. But like, look at the size difference. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so this is going to be like what this planner looks like once it's done, kind of, for like the year. So the inside of this cover is so cool too. Like, it's so pretty. And then I usually like to just take like a month's worth of pages at a time. You don't have to put one page in at a time, but if you grab too many at once, it's like a hassle. So I feel like moving 1 month at a time is like it's a good amount. With the bigger discs, it is kind of hard to flip pages, or like it's not as easy as like the smaller discs. And especially I think because these aren't branded like Happy Planner discs, it also adds to the difficulty of flipping pages, but it's fine. I don't want to get rid of these, but I definitely don't want them in this planner. So I'll just put these somewhere. I'll figure out what to do with those later. Look how cool this looks like with this. Like, these came out at like totally completely different times, but I think they kind of have the same like vibe, sort of. I don't know. I think it looks cool. You might be like, Elisa, those don't match at all. It looks ridiculous. But you know what? This is my planner and I'm going to use it how I want to. Oh, this is a struggle to close. Okay. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is move some of this into here as well. It's currently, as of right now filming, is April 30th of 2023. So all of the stuff from July of 2022 through April 2023, I don't need with me here. So I'm going to move that stuff over into here as well. I'm just going to transfer those pages off camera. So give me a sec, I'll be right back. So I don't know what to do. I was moving everything over into the big discs and I don't know if it's all gonna fit. I think everything as it is right now is going to fit, but once I put stickers in here, it's gonna be getting like a whole lot bulkier, and then I don't know if everything's gonna fit. The first half is going to be the memory keeping stuff, and then the second half is going to be like the functional planner stuff. But if I keep both the memory keeping side and the functional side, I'm gonna have to break it up into two planners again, probably. Is that what I want to do? But I just went through all this work. I spent so long trying to figure out how I was going to do this, and now, hold on, I need a second to think. I don't know what to do. Okay, I need some time to think about this. Okay, had a little bit of a panic attack. I think this is what I'm going to do. So this is what my initial, let me get this out of the way. What my initial concern was. So I just moved everything over for July of 2022 through March 2023 onto these big 3-inch discs. As the year goes on, I'm just going to be adding more and more into here. So everything that's going to go on these discs is going to be everything here plus these pages. So let me show you what I'm freaking out about. So like, just to get an idea of what that's going to look like, those are full rings with everything here, or full discs, I'm sorry. The thing is, these pages are going to have stickers on them, which is going to make them like twice as fat, if not 3 times as fat. And so all of this just probably isn't going to fit by the end of the year. I decided that I am actually going to break up the years in here. So this is July of 2022 through December of 2023. So what I think I'm going to do instead is I am going to move July of 2022 through December of 2022 into a different planner. So in order to do that, I do need a third planner cover and discs. So I think that's where this is going to come in, which is going to be nice. So that way I'm not like fully, like I have a plan for this little cover since it is so pretty. So that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to use black expander discs. So I'm going to steal this cover. And then, see, this is just so pretty. I'm glad I'm going to be able to use it. And pop these expander discs on there. Do I really need expanders? I wonder if classic size discs would fit into this. Okay, I'm going to get all of the pages together and then see how thick that's going to be. So we're going to pull out July through December. July through December of my functional planner and pull those out. So we have, I used these little insert things to break up the sections. I have actual plastic dividers that I'm eventually going to use, but I didn't feel like going through them and like labeling them last night because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just using these little things for now. So this is the functional dashboard part of my planner. So let me move this out of the way, this out of the way. So it's essentially, that's how thick it is. So this is a classic size disc, like the discs that come on the classic size planners when you buy them. Ooh. Yeah, I have some other inserts that I'm going to be putting into here. Ooh, but I have to remember that this is going to bulk up once I put stickers on some of these. You know what? I think it'll work. So let me grab some more of the classic size. I have like this whole bag of extra discs. So then, ooh, this is rose gold and this is gold. Is that gonna bother me? I don't know if I like that now. Dang it. Every time I think I have this figured out, I'm almost tempted to use this old cover that I had on my little like note pages journal thingy. Let me think. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put this back on this planner. Oh my gosh. I am truly the worst. I am really testing how durable these little like disc hole things are. So I'm just moving these pages all over the place. Okay. So I'm going to actually grab this cover. Do I want these metal discs then? I don't know if I want to use up my good metal disc. How does it look with the gold plastic? Ooh. Okay. Counted out all the black discs, and I think I'm going to do the gold. Okay, I need one more gold plastic disc. There we go. Okay, so since this is going to be like a decorative planner that's just going to sit on my shelf, I don't really care if it's like plastic. If this was a functional planner that I was going to be bringing with me all the time, I would definitely want metal discs just because they're a little bit sturdier. But this is literally going to always sit on my shelf or on my desk. Watch, I say that and I'm still gonna like break these anyways. But one thing is that the plastic gold discs are like more of like a greenish gold almost. It has like an olive undertone, where the metal discs, it's hard to see on camera, but they're definitely more of like a rosy gold. And one of my complaints actually with this planner, the one that originally came with this cover, is that the gold is actually like a very greenish gold. So all of the metallic accents are like a olive goldish color. It looks really good with the overall like theme and art in the planner, but it's just like not my favorite metallic colors. So I think being able to put them together, it'll match well, and it'll make me feel a little bit better about like this off gold color that I'm not a huge fan of, because it does at least match. This back part is the functional planner half. So this was my mixed media mom classic size happy planner dashboard layout. This stack is that the like blank vertical layout that I'm going to go in and do the memory keeping planning in. I am starting to notice that some of the little edges on some of these pages are starting to get like a bit smushed or torn. Like, oh, I'm like out of frame here. Like the bottom of this one, it's starting to tear. It's relatively thick paper, so having one small tear isn't going to make the page fall out. And especially with my decorative planning, I usually line the binding with washi tape anyways. And so I'm not too worried about it, but just keep that in mind. I think this is maybe the fourth or fifth time that I've moved these pages onto different discs, and I'm just now starting to see you know, some wear and tear on this binding here. I will say that once the binding or like these little hole punch areas do start getting weaker, they get really bad really fast. So they stay strong for a pretty long time, but once they start going, they're just never going to be the same anymore. And it's like every time you even touch them, it like disintegrates a little bit. So, okay, I like this. This is a good size. I do have my other inserts that I need to put in here too. So if you watch the video where I went over how I customize my planner, you'll also know that on top of just the regular dashboard pages that I put in my functional planner, I also have designed and printed out some additional pages to help me track things like my health and my social media, or at least plan for social media activity that never ends up happening. I want to move those over as well. So these are my youth ministry inserts. So I'm going to grab the July through December ones of those. And then I used this little ministry tab. And then for my health tracking, July through December, I'm gonna grab those. And then I did this little calculations sheet. I made this a while ago. I don't really look at it too much, but I spent way too much time designing it, so I just want it somewhere. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in this planner. Nah, I'll keep it out of there for now. And then I had the little label thingy, just so I can keep track of what stack I'm on. And then this is my little media section. I'm gonna grab July through December for that. Okay, these are hard to close. I'm just gonna move that over. I have my little media inserts and my little health tracking inserts, and then my ministry inserts. And I want to put them in here. So this is July 2022 through December 2022, July 2022 through December 2022, July 2022 through December 2022. So I want to keep everything for July through December in this smaller planner. And so what I can do now is, I'm gonna grab this, and if you remember, if it even made it into the final cut of this video, I got these little like kind of cheap planner notebook things from Joanne. These are just like a Hot Mess Express. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's been like bought and returned like before or something. Because it doesn't, like, the packaging doesn't seem consistent on this. So I can't really blame the store for this. I can't really blame the planner brand for this. I think it was just a perfect storm of people trying to repackage this a little too quickly, because that's hideous. But okay, move that, throw that away. And then this came, it's just a bunch of like blank paper, like filler paper, and then it has these dividers in here, and there's nothing written on these or anything, so I think these are going to be good for me to be able to split. Ooh, and there's 3 of them. That's perfect. Oh, that's super perfect. Okay, I also, don't forget, got this one too, but I think that the colors just aren't going to go with that Teresa Collins cover. So, okay, I'm getting really excited about this now. See, and like these are just a heavy cardstock with a laminated label, so really not super great quality, but they definitely work, and they were relatively cheap. So if you're looking for a way to kind of get started in disc-bound planners or notebooks, and you're not super sure if you want to commit, because it can get a little bit expensive as you start buying more stuff, I definitely do recommend this Park Lane. I think they have planners too. If you get it when it's on sale, super cheap. This whole thing cost me like 10 bucks. Same thing with the Happy Planner. If you get an old one and you get it with a coupon at Michael's or Joanne, you can get them for relatively cheap as well. So, all right, now I just need to decide what order they go in. But see, that's perfect, because look at like that divider, and it kind of goes with like the inside of this cover. Okay, I am definitely happy. I think I'm gonna do the custom ones first. So I'll do this divider, media. See, these pages are like all different sizes because I'm like dumb when it comes to cutting things, and I also was brand new to learning how to resize these pages, so it was just a hot mess. This is so weird to look at. This is my old design. I now have a media tracker that's just like one-sided, but I used 2 sides of the same page per month when I originally designed this. So that's really interesting. So it looks like in December, this was 2022, I had 81 YouTube followers, 200 TikTok followers, 381 Instagram followers, 8 Twitter followers, and 10 Pinterest followers. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where these 10 Pinterest people came from. All I really use, I don't know, I'm not actively on Pinterest that much for like my Ellie Planit stuff. So I don't know, maybe it was like a fluke or something, I don't know. But if you're watching this video and you also follow me on Pinterest, let me know, and let me know why you followed me on Pinterest. I do pin my videos, and then I also keep track of like sticker kits that I want to buy and stuff on there, so I have like a shopping list. So it's not like you're, you know, wasting time if you follow it, but I just feel like Pinterest isn't as popular as it used to be, and it's definitely changed, and I don't know how what I do seems like trending. So yeah, like how did you follow my, or how did you find my Pinterest channel? Did you Was it suggested to you by Pinterest? Did you follow like my link tree and you only went to it because you knew me? Oh, that fits so well. It is going to be a little bit bulkier once I start adding stickers in here, but it's only going to be 6 months worth of memory keeping pages that I'm going to be adding stickers. So I think there is going to be a little bit of room. On these smaller discs, I don't mind if it bulges a little bit. It's just when it's those big discs that it gets to be a big problem. So I think this will be fine. If not, worst case scenario, I can move to like expander discs because these are one of the smaller sizes. So I'm not too worried. I really do like how these discs look with this cover and how this cover looks with these inserts. And then these dividers work great. Should I put these in the back actually? No, I kind of like how they're separated. Maybe I'll put my top tab dividers to kind of separate those sections a little bit more. But for now, this works totally fine for me. I am really satisfied with this. And that's not just me saying it to convince myself because I'm not actually happy, but I am actually happy with how this turns out. So this is my July 2022 through December 2022 planner. This has everything between July and December of 2022. It's all here, and as I go through the year and I have time, I'm gonna go back and do some decorative memory keeping journaling type things in these pages. So, okay, I'm really happy with this. So this is taken care of. Now to figure out what to do with all of this stuff. See, this won't even close. These discs are a struggle. And then this I'm probably going to keep the same for now. This little like, you got this. It's the perfect size. I love it. It's good. So that's good to go. This is good to go. So this and this, these are all going to be like in the same planner. So this is like my functional. This is my decorative plus extra pages. So let's see how big all of this is all together. Okay, that's still taking up a lot of room on these big discs, and once I start putting the stickers and stuff in here, it's going to get even bigger. Okay, so I think I still have to keep this planner on these big, massive 3-inch discs, because I don't think this is the next size down. Yeah, that's just not gonna work, but that's fine. Yeah, I am much happier with this. I know for a fact that this is gonna work. Okay, I am officially at peace. I feel really good, and I am so tired. I'm just gonna pass out after this. It's like 7 p.m. and I'm just gonna go to bed. So to kind of review, this is what I'm working with my planners. So I have this Do What You Love planner. This is going to be all of my July through December 2022 plans. This includes the vertical layout blank pages that I am eventually going to go back and do memory keeping in. This only goes back as far back as July 2022. I didn't do any memory keeping in 2021, I don't think, but that's too far back, so I'm just going to get back to it in 2022. And then this also includes my custom inserts that I have for tracking my my media, my like social media presence, my health, and then my youth ministry. And then in the back, it also has the pages that I used for functional planning. This is my dashboard planner, that mixed media mom dashboard planner. So it's all in there. This is my current functional planner. So this has the current month, which is now May. Today is May 1st, and it goes through the end of this year, so December of 2023. And this includes my media, my ministry inserts, and then just some extra paper and some notes at the back there. This is my go-to sort of catch-all everything, like flagship functional planner. This is a dashboard layout. And then the extra months that have already passed from my dashboard layout have been moved over to this planner, in addition to the vertical planner that I'm going to use for memory keeping. That's going to be for everything for this year. So by the end of this year, everything's going to be combined, and this is going to be my January through December 2023 planner. So I have July 2022 through December of 2022, and then January 2023 through December 2023. What a whirlwind. Thank you so much for sticking with me through all of this. Oh my gosh, this was insane. This was like the easiest video that I've ever filmed, just because I sat down and basically did what I usually do in my spare time, which is freak out about organizing something that doesn't even matter about being organized. But I know this is going to be a huge undertaking to edit, and really difficult to watch for you as the viewer. But thank you again for watching, and I hope I will see you in my next video soon. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. Why do you always get in the way, Minnie? Oh, my cat is on my desk now. Okay, cool. That's fine. Every time. Seriously, Minnie? That's where you want to sit? Can you move, please? Every time we do a video, you have to do this. So these are the vertical ones. So this is going to be the decorative planner. Oh my gosh. Minerva, babe, I'm really not in the mood to deal with your shenanigans today. If you wouldn't mind using a different table to sit on, that would be great.